Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Intrepid Racing League Tier 1 race tonight. I will be your host and commentator, Shiesty 951, and I am excited, as all of you are, for Abu Dhabi in the Yas Marina circuit here tonight. For Tier 1, we got 3 more races left in the season. We'll have a good final finish as we have a top 4 shootout for the final for the Drivers' Championship here in Tier 1 this season. 4 drivers are in contention for it. Both Red Bulls, Franco and B-Dot. And Franco in the Mercedes, B-Dot in the McLaren. 2 with 100 points maximum up on the board to grasp at 2. So we'll see what happens tonight. Could be an interesting battle heading into this qualifying session here today as we are underway in qualifying 2. We'll wait for whichever driver comes out first on track, but I am... Whew! It's going to be a good race tonight. I'm excited. We'll see who will be the first one out on track here today for this race. I see a car coming out, I think, there. Yes, I believe that's a Williams. Somebody. I believe that's Scarenzi coming out on track. There's Zizin. There's a V-Carb, too. That is a Williams. Is that Stamso? No, it is Offline Kids rocking the beautiful Vegas livery here tonight. Oh, I'm going to glaze this livery so hard because I love this livery so much. Oh, absolutely beautiful livery, too. So Offline Kids will get us started here tonight for our qualifying times here. And we see the V-car behind there, a Red Bull close behind there too. Offline Kids rocking the Kachow number himself, Lightning McQueen, number 95 here tonight in Abu Dhabi. God, that livery is so good. The black and the blue, black and blue are some of my favorite color combinations too. Blue's my favorite color, so I absolutely love this livery too. Hopefully we'll be in for an exciting race. You can see we have a few reserve drivers coming in. Ben Arnold, Mursaki, and Rupsikola, usual suspects. But also, Frenny from Tier 3 has decided, as Offline Kids absolutely nails a cone going into Sector 3 here underneath the hotel section in Abu Dhabi. Frenny from the Ferrari team has decided to reserve tonight here for the Ferrari team for the Scuderia. But here we go to start our qualifying session. Offline Kids will go ahead and start us with the first provisional pole time. Heading into 4th gear into turn 1. Ooh, going a little wide and invalidates his lap, unfortunately. But a Red Bull, I believe, behind him. That might be Scarenzi. No, it is not. It is a V-Carb behind him. That is Mursaki, too. Had an unfortunate finish last night. Fortunate results in the Tier 2 race yesterday. Looking for some redemption here tonight. The V-Carb driver, normally who's signed to Red Bull for next season too. But we'll see what happens if Mursaki can get some redemption tonight. Goes cleanly through the first chicane. Goes cleanly through the whole chicane. Has a decent exit too. Hugging that curb. Pretty much into the second DRS straight. Hugging that line. On the battery, full on out into the wide left-hander at the end of Sector 2. Does have a purple sector, but we know this game lies to us here and there. So trying to catch us a little bit of a slipstream from the Aston Martin, it looks like, too. The Aston Martin getting out of the way of Enigma. 2 goes into 3rd gear, wrapping around into the hotel section here in Sector 3. Probably my toughest section in this track here tonight in Abu Dhabi. But this is a man on a mission here tonight. Mursaki comes around the corner, going to set our provisional pole time at a 1:23.062. That is a Red Bull close behind him. Zizin did invalidate to Ben Arnold, though, also in the V-Car. Mursaki's teammate tonight coming across the line. Takes his pole time away from him, but the 2 V-Carbs are up ahead with a 1:22.408. Mursaki with a 1:23.062. Oh, we see a... going out wide, and then Frenny here coming across the line, rocking that beautiful Monza Ferrari livery too. What will be his time in Tier 1? Splits the V-Carbs to the 1:23.045. Scrinsy on an outlap will start his lap. The Haas of Rupsicola, though, invalidated. I believe that Franco, for some odd reason, is sitting in a McLaren instead of a Mercedes. We'll make sure that's corrected with due time. Franco obviously drives for the Mercedes team, so that's sorry, Solz. He'll be doing that. Let's go down to Enigma. He was on a fast lap. He'll be the next one to finish a fast lap, at least. Enigma here, going through Sector 3 into the hotel section 2. The Aston Martin driver, ooh, goes a little turn right to go left, actually. A little Tokyo drift here in Abu Dhabi. Through there, heading into the final turn. Will set a time of a 1:23.652. I see a driver there heading into the pits. Ziesen will finish his time. Slots himself in the pole with a 1:21.615, showing him why he's the best there is. We have an IRL here tonight. His teammate, though, looks like behind him coming across the line to here shortly in Sector 3, heading underneath the beautiful hotel in Abu Dhabi. And Yasperito goes a little wide there. Thought that might have been track limits. It's not. Comes around the final corner, rocking the beautiful white livery, and sets a time of a 1:23.302. So good job on him. Rupsicola invalidated again, decides to head into the pits. A McLaren of, let's see, is that Franco? That is Franco, who should be in a Mercedes car. Very interesting to see him in a papaya orange instead. Puts himself into P3 with a 1:22.537, and then looks to be VDOT coming around the corner too. The actual McLaren driver sets time of 1:23.751. That is it looks like Offline Kids going for a fast lap too. The Williams driver. We'll see a Red Bull driver coming through there, Scrinsy. So that's Ziesen coming around here too on a cool down lap. Most likely will head into the pits though. Today, seeing the gas on his car. Yes, he indeed does. Ben Arnold in the pits. Franco, most likely on a cool down lap. May try to go for the other one. Gets out of the way of VDOT. And you see the Williams there too of Offline Kids, though, hugging that side of the track there too as he comes through. Franco allowing him to come by. Looks like Scrinsy will head into the pits. The first McLaren driver will beat that hand to the pits. I do not know if he will. We'll see what happens here tonight in qualifying. He's got Offline Kids right behind him. Two. So, yes, B-Dot is on a fast lap here too, so we'll watch him finish this up. Finishing around the penultimate corner here, and he actually does decide to head into the pits. Offline Kids, though, wants to look for a time. This actually decides to head into the pits. Franco also does decide to head into the pits. Ben Arnold, though, out on track. I think that's a Red Bull. That's Mersacky, his teammate, coming across the line, trying to get himself up ahead. Everybody else rocking the basic V-carb livery is the Red Bull driver. Okay, Hitch, did we get him? I know he said he was going to join. There we go. There you go, Hitch. Got Hitch an invite. Thanks, Doctor, for reminding me that. To Hitch, you can drop in a Mercedes. Your teammate is in a McLaren for some odd reason, but it's okay. We're here for everybody. Glad you could still join us tonight. To Mersacky, though, the driver we are watching. Here down almost 1.5 tenths on his time. That would bump him up to P4 if he can maintain this momentum, but that battery is definitely getting low. Can he charge it up here through this technical sector as he heads under the hotel in Abu Dhabi? On the battery again, the V-carb driver. Coming around the final corner. What time can he set? And can he make it good? Puts himself into P4 as suspected on the 122.543. His teammate, though, did invalidate Ben Arnold. Unfortunate for him. He would have not made it on pole position, but would have been made it. He would have at least had a chance, possibly. Frenny, though, the Tier 3 driver, extremely low on battery, looking to improve upon his time of a 123.045 here tonight in Abu Dhabi. We'll see how he does. Comes across the line. It does improve a little bit, but not enough to move up on the grid. Two looks to be Stamso. That is offline kids, I believe, that came across. Ben Arnold, though, looks to be have gone wide there. And invalidated his lap. Oh, that was Stamso. Stamso with a time of a 123.278. So he put himself into P6. His teammate, offline kids, though, on a fast lap, looks to be Stamso wanting to give him possibly as much of a slipstream as possible, too, to give him as best time as he can. He's going to have to get out of his way, though, before the big turn into, and he does, gets out of the way cleanly, some would say, but just goes wide through the chicane. Teammates working together, giving each other slipstream best as possible. Again, beautiful livery, rocking the Vegas livery there. As the Williams team principal, love what I'm seeing here by my drivers here. But offline kids wanting to maybe make some noise here. Say, oh, goes wide, and that probably would have been a fabulous lap if he had stayed on track with the slipstream that he got from Stamso. But very unfortunate. He will head into the pits, as I believe that is most likely. No, it's not. Zizig comes across the time and improves upon his time with a 121.496, a rapid time, almost a full second faster than Ben Arnold's time here in Abu Dhabi with less than 6 minutes remaining. If that doesn't tell you he is dominant on, he's been dominant all season long, like Max Verstappen-esque at least. I don't know what will, but here goes this teammate. Skrenzy does go wide and invalidates that lap. Two, I believe that's Ben Arnold. He invalidated his lap. B-Dot out on a out lap. Rupsi Cola, though, will be the next across the line to set a time to possibly move up on the leaderboard, too. He had a great finish. Actually, he didn't race last night, but Rupsi Cola with a 122.670. And I just realized what I said. You kids don't do that. I think he didn't zone out to answer that question. Franco failed to select a car before the lobby went live, or before we readied up and lobbied in. I sent him 2 reminders, so I don't think he doesn't even know either, too, Doctor. I don't think so either. But he doesn't care. He's just here to race. That's all that matters to him. That is Zizin heading into the pits. That's the Mercedes driver of Hitch, though, on an out lap. He invalidates, though, but looks to be with the McLaren. B-Dot, though, will be the next one to cross the line with a time under him, because Skrenzy we saw earlier. Yes, and he's low on gas. B-Dot wanting to make a move on here. Back of the grid right now. Excuse me. According to his time, the McLaren driver, formerly the championship leader's teammate at McLaren, Zizin, who's in Tier 2, dominated, moving up into Tier 1. Here comes B-Dot. What can he do? Puts himself up into P7 with a 122.876. His teammate, according to right now, Franco, even though we know it's not, Franco is on the Mercedes team. Accidentally clicked the McLaren driver. Does head into the pits. Hitch, though, Getting a little bit of a slipstream from a V-carb driver. I don't know which V-carb driver that is. Ben Arnold. At least, oh, going a little wide as the driver too. And also, I just realized, is Hitch driving with a George Russell modified helmet? Like, look at that. Look. I'm so jealous of that. Everybody knows how much I love George Russell. Does bro have mods on one of the helmets? That's so sick. Oh my gosh. Or maybe on console, but Hitch. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Everybody knows how much I love George. Here he comes, though. Going to set his first time. Slots himself into P10 with a 1:23.511. Ben Arnold on a fast lap here, too. I believe that is. Oh, my gosh. Why am I yachting so much? Saki, Frenny on an outlap. Running the Williams drivers. No, they're not. Oh, that's a McLaren driver. That is B-Dot. Oh, must have missed the pits. Now he's heading into them right now. So it looks to be Ben Arnold will be the next driver to get a time. He's down 8 thousandths of a second right now. Not enough, though, to get ahead of Z's, and he needs to get into the 121s if he needs to drop out like almost a second of his time if he wants anything. Looks like he's not, though. Maybe on a cooldown lap. Yeah, warming up his tires right there. 2 minutes left remaining here in qualifying, as the rest of the grid seems to be coming out of the pits too to get some times on the board, see if they can improve. So we will see. Yes, NATO, this is obviously a wonderful race to watch. So this will be exciting and as exhilarating ever. This is the best IRL has to offer. Tier 1 racing tonight in Abu Dhabi. Here, after this race, we'll have 3 races left in the season. We'll be in Coda, in one of my favorite country artists' place, choosing Texas. Ella Langley, if you know who that is, for anybody that likes country music. But we'll be in Coda next week, and then we will be in Saudi Arabia and Brazil to cap off our Season 6. Hitch retires from the session after getting a lap in. Very interesting call by the Mercedes driver. B.2 also decides to retire as well, I believe, as he exits the pit lane. Very unfortunate for them. I don't know what happened there. So, but looks to be they're just trying to, they may just play the racing card game. But will drivers, excuse me, make it in time in order to get a lap going? Seems like they will. Few drivers will. Ben Arnold will be the one to finish us off here. 30 seconds remaining. A caution in Sector 3. Looks to be a Red Bull going down. All flying kids moving up the grid with a 1:22.153. Slots himself into P2. I like to see that. But we'll see. I see McLaren driver. That's Franco, and he will make it across the line to get a time, a final time on the board. But here goes Ben Arnold. He'll be. Where will he finish? Can he improve? He does not. He improves on his time, but slots himself into P3 for this race. Rupsicola coming across the line. Here, too, he's down a little bit on his time. Can he move himself up the grid? He does into P4 with a 1:22.505. That is Enigma, who will be nexting in the back of the grid. He's down 2/10 on his time. Not enough to overtake Hitch, but will it be enough to slot himself into the top 10? One of the Williams drivers of mine back behind him, too. Enigma, what can he do for the Aston Martin team? Can he improve his time and get himself into the top 10? We're about to find out. He does with a 1:23.035. That is Stamso coming across the line. Slots himself in a P7 with a 1:22.77. Saki retires from the session, too. I just realized that is Scarenzi then coming across, too. Ziza2 right behind him. The two drivers, Scarenzi slots himself into P4. Zizan heading into the pits. The Ferrari of Frenny, though, invalidated his lap. Offline Kids heads into the pits. The McLaren of Franco down a little bit. Slots himself into P2 with a 1:22.103. behind him. And this looks to be our starting grid order. Ziz and Franco and Offline Kids are your top 3. Ben Arnold and Scarenzi rounds out our top 5. Rupsikola, Mursaki, Stamso, Frenny, B-Dots will be in the top 10. And then Enigma and Hitch round out the top 12 here today. Everybody will be getting some points tonight. But only time will tell what will happen. Excuse me. We get the ball rolling here in Tier 1 today. But there is your top 3, all of your drivers lined up right here. Going to quickly get the race director information for our lovely stewards team here at Intrepid Racing League. But Ziz and Franco, Offline Kids, Ben Arnold, Scarenzi, that's your top 5. Rupsikola, Mursaki, Stamso, Frenny, B-Dot round out your top 10. Enigma and Hitch bring in the rear of the grid, though, too. It is less than a second between this top 5 of drivers here for qualifying today, too. So, interesting race we may have today. But, chat, what do we think? Any bets we may take to? Drivers do not ready up until I say to. Drivers do not ready up until otherwise stated. I'll send a message in the chat, but you'll have until 7:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until that time does come. If you can hear me within game chat. But I will send a message in the paddock chat once we are ready and raring to go. But everybody in the stream chat, what do we think? How do we feel after that qualifying session? To keep in mind, we have Zizin's ahead right now, the drivers, with 175 points. Franco is close behind him, too. As I go and take a look real quickly at the standings. Yeah, Zizin 173, actually. Franco 140, B-Dot 115, and Scarenzi with 85 points, with 100 points still up to grabs. Here today, that means Scarenzi needs to be within 100 points of Ziz in order to keep his title hopes alive and maybe get another Drivers' Championship underneath his belt. B-Dot and Franco wanting to look for their first. Ziz and wanting to go repeat, not in the same tier, but essentially get another be a 2-time Drivers' Championship here in Tier 1. If he is 75 points away from second place, he will clinch the title here, and I think he will most likely do that for some reason if he wins the race and Franco does not. So he will most likely, I think, or at least have a very strong lead going in to this race. But those 4 are going to be your 4 that are going to keep a close eye on. Scarenzi, B-Dot, who's a football dog, for those who don't know, listed number 2 in the McLaren. Franco, who should be in a Mercedes car, but he's in a McLaren. And Zizin and Scarenzi, both Red Bull drivers in contention. Davis is very happy about that. Proud to see his team representing here today, too. So, drivers, you have less than a minute for strategies here shortly. But only time will tell is how this race will go, and I'm excited to see how this race will go here tonight in Tier 1. So, let me quickly, I'll get some Rodder. Yes, I believe too. Yeah, Lewis said, I think Zizin wins, Franco DNF, that gets the season driver clinched up. Most likely, if math is correct. 2. Drivers ready up. The time is now 7:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tier 1 drivers ready up as we get started for Abu Dhabi here in the beautiful Yas Marina circuit for this wonderful race. Classic race, classic track. You know, I may be a newcomer into the Formula 1 world, but one of the most iconic races happened here. Abu Dhabi 2021. Probably the most controversial race, too, in Formula 1 history. Some would most likely argue, though, too, in my humble opinion, Lewis should have won his 8th world title here. But that's also because I am a Mercedes fan too in real life, and I'm so excited that Miami is back and we, for real life, Formula One. But here we go in IRL, the 5 red lights coming on, and away we go here in Abu Dhabi. Looks like Zizen got a good start away. Everybody good. Everybody got it good. Oh, Franco going on the inside of Zizen. Oh, a little shove off track it looked like from him. Zizen and Franco have been duking it out all season long. Zizen's not going to be very happy about that. Goes on the outside between him and Franco. Franco locks up. Oh my goodness, offline Kins goes on the inside there too, but Zizen able to defend it overtake. Oh, Franco spins! Franco spins, contact! Oh wow, between him and Ben Arnold, and Franco drops down the order. Oh no! What a start, but Offline Kids, the action isn't done yet. Offline Kids wanting to get something action done. Here, get himself up into P2. Not going to happen by Ben Arnold. Scorenzi, though, overtaking him into the chicane. Oh, my. What a start to this race. We have a little drama between Zizen and Franco. We all know they've had their few battles on and off track, but Red Bull looking very comfortable right now just as a team. Ben Arnold, though, sticking to the back of the gearbox of Zizen. Here's our position changes so far. B-Dot looks to be falling behind the order, behind Rupsi Cola, as I see a cone fall off in the back of the grid. Enigma, though, losing his tires a little bit too. There's some strategies here today. See, as they change, apparently, for drivers, but what a first opening lap we got here tonight. Franco going to be very upset. Stewards may have a good look at that incident that happened that we caught the glimpse of from a distance here in Abu Dhabi, but the 2 Red Bull drivers are sitting pretty good right now with this setup. All within podium positions. DRS, though, opens up. Excuse pardon my yawning. As we're all aboard the DRS choo-choo train, led by Zizen. Ben Arnold looks to go on the inside and makes the overtake. Oh, little contact, though. Looks to be a little spin, though, by him. That opens the door for Scorenzi, who goes through. Offline Kids making a move, too. Side by side, almost 3 wide going. Offline Kids makes the move for P2. Ben Arnold holding his line, not trying to give too much to Zizen. Zizen overtakes for P3. Oh, there's a spin by B-Dot. Oh, loses his front ring. Oh, my. Frenny, though, making some moves and noise. Oh, my goodness, look. Lots of people dove on the inside there, too. Looks to be Ben Arnold and Zizen. Rupsi Cola, too, making a statement here today. Oh, my. Wow. What a little bit of action we caught here today. Scorenzi with the fastest man on track right now. My 2 Williams boys, hang in there, folks. Hang in there, boys. Hang in there. You guys are doing great. But, oh my goodness, lots of side-to-side battling action out here too. Scorenzi, who has won a driver's championship for Red Bull in the past, now leads in the race here in Abu Dhabi. Maybe wants to try and make it get another. Here to his teammate right behind him. Will he let him by? He may let him by, but he may give him a fight. Zizen looking on the inside. Does make the overtake on his teammate. Scorenzi playing the team game. Right now the Ferrari of Frenny, though, look to be making a move. You can see they're side by side with Hitch. Frenny, oh, little contact. Tires banging there too with a wonderful shot, even though the UI is covering it there. Hitch and Frenny side by side. Hitch has the outside line, but Frenny has the inside. No, he does not anymore. Hitch is P7. Oh, wow. This front group is going to be close together here, too, so we'll see what happens once we hit into the pit windows here after the start of this race. And we're only in lap 3, folks, so strap in. We're in for an entertaining race here tonight in Tier 1. Oh my. Yeah, such a shame that may have happened too between B-Dot and Franco. Tonight, Zizen will be happy though that he's sitting in the back of the grid though. That helps him with the championship placement. Scorenzi though too will gain lots of points on B-Dot too. to keep his name in the conversation for Drivers' Champion today. But the two Red Bull drivers looking very good, very confident going into the remainder of this race. Here today, offline kids. Shifter is jumping. We received word that Franco's having some wheel troubles on his own, which is why he spun, having some shifter problems too. So Ziesen is probably foaming at the mouth hearing that, because if Franco DNFs and Ziesen wins this race, the title is most likely his. And that'll be it for the drivers. The constructors, the Red Bull seems, if I recall, is very much ahead in the Constructors' Championship too. So Davis might have a double championship again. The Christian Horner of this league, without the sexual assault allegations that Christian Horner had in real life Formula One. Racing 2 to keep it to keep it real here. That's how I roll, at least. That's how Shiesty rolls. But close action. Ooh, look to be offline kids. Looks a little bit there on the outside of Ben Arnold. Locks up a little bit there going into the first heavy braking zone on track. Getting into the first DRS zone. He's on the battery too. Ben Arnold doesn't have a lot of battery though too. HP, if I were you, I'd use it. But if you're saving it for the next straight, you better make the move. Oh my goodness, that'll look to be the Mercedes. Oh, the hitch going with Stamso. Side by side are the two drivers. Here going, and Hitch maintains the lead. Offline Kids not able to make a move into the top three. He does not decide to. But the biggest story right now is, how is Franco doing? Will Franco, he's catching up to the grid right now. He is the papaya driver in the pack. They're passing by the sector 3 and the 3 on the mini map there to your bottom right hand of your screen. As he is sitting in P11 right now. But can he finish this race? If he can finish this race, he may move, but as long as he doesn't DNF, that sounded like that was a huge bang. Ben Arnold loses his front wing. Oh my! Unfortunate for him. He's gonna have to head into the pits early as he slots himself in the back of the grid. HP or Offline Kids now in the podium positions, and he's got the Red Bulls on his mind now. Can Scarenzi fend him off and give Ziesen some room? All of them looking very close heading into the chicane. Offline Kids on the battery. Scarenzi has a lot more than he does right now. Hitch looking on the Rupsi Cola there too. Close behind those two drivers side by side. Hitch catching it from the rear of the Williams driver of Offline Kids. Hitch makes the move on Rupsi Cola there. You see them in the background behind Offline Kids. Offline Kids looks very close to the Red Bulls. Ziesen with a lockup. To Offline Kids on the gearbox. Beautiful bird's eye view of the two drivers. Ziesen there in the background there too. Trying to build a little bit of a gap, but also keep his teammate within DRS range to make sure he can defend against any drivers that are attacking him too. Wonderful team play you're seeing here tonight from the Red Bull team. Here Hitch now within DRS range of Offline Kids. Rupsi Cola here in DRS range of the two. Ben Arnold, 10-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane as we see a few other drivers pit. Ben Arnold with tires in the pit lane. That is good news for Franco. Franco will move up a position too. But here is our tire details tonight. So far, Franco is into the pits, getting on a set of hard tires right now. Beautiful front wing shot to show you how close these drivers get in Abu Dhabi. Oh, beautiful Vegas front livery shot there too. Offline Kids on the hard tires. Rupsi Cola on the hard tires. 2 from the start. Everybody else on mediums. So those hards now starting to kick in too. Offline kids looking dangerously close to Scarenzi. Scarenzi looks to be defending the inside there very brilliantly too. Z's in there too. Trying to match his teammate and defend the inside. Heading into this technical portion in Sector 3 underneath the hotel are the 3 drivers too. There's Hitch. There's Droopsy Cola right behind Offline kids. To Scarenzi. Ooh, going a little Yuki Tsunoda defensive it looks like there too. Will we see a move here? It looks to be Frenny with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Will we see a move sometime here shortly? Looks like we may. The Red Bull losing his rears a little bit. Looking at his rear tires. Yeah, his rear tires are definitely shot. This may be advantage too. And he takes it, dive bombing into the first braking zones. Offline kids overtaking Scarenzi for P2. Can he make a move on Zizin? I don't know. Enigma makes a move on Frenny there too. Out into turn 1. Or no, overtaking Frenny as he heads exiting from the pits. So Offline kids in the 3rd gear. Very interesting move by him. I would expect him to be in 2nd gear though. Zizin biding his time though. Not using his battery. Letting Offline kids go past him. Interesting move by the Red Bull, maybe just accepting the fact that his tires are worn and Offline kids on better tires than he is right now, as Offline kids is your new race leader here in Abu Dhabi. But Hitch there too. He is on the medium tires. Rupsi Cola on the harder tires, the better tires than the 3 drivers ahead of him that you can see right now, other than Offline kids who's on the hard tires. So none of them decide to pit in this first group, but Hitch wanting to make some moves here for the Mercedes team. Dude, we'll stay on board the TV pod of Rupsicola, who's in the back of this group of 5 here, this top 5 here today, on the fresher, better tires right now too. Started on the hards. So will they be able to take advantage of it here? Oh my goodness, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. But we're only in the earlier portions of this race, though, too. 20 laps remaining here in Abu Dhabi in the Yas Marina circuit. Oopsie Cola, a Tier 2 driver, I believe. I could be wrong. But Ben Arnold won in Tier 2 last night. DNFs here in Tier 2. What looks to be Hitch. Looking on Scarenzi, possibly. Oh, Zizin, I did not catch that. Zizin overtook Offline kids at some point. I'm so sorry, folks, that I missed that. Oh my. But Offline kids, though, keeping it very close to the Red Bull driver. I know Zizin has lots of battery. He indeed does. That driver knows how to charge his battery and use it wisely. Really good battery management by Zizin here. So keeping an eye on these group of 5 front runners too. We'll need to know who is going to pit first, who will try for the undercut. Going in, my expectation is it'll be obviously the Mercedes and the Red Bull, and Rupsi Cole and Offline kids will battle it out a little bit till they have to go. And oh, look how close the Williams driver is to Zizin. The 2 side by side. Going into the first braking zone, and Offline kids makes the move. Will Zizin try for the switchback? He most likely will, but he doesn't have DRS. Offline kids does, but Zizin has the battery. Those medium tires screaming as they head down to the second one. Oh, they stay away from each other to avoid contact. Offline kids maintains P1 right now. Zizin wants to make a move and make it quickly. The Red Bull driver and the championship leader gaining, goes on the outside and makes the overtake for P1 here, but Offline kids doesn't want to make it easy though too. Looking on the inside of the Red Bull driver, you see there too, not gonna fight him. Heading into the long left-hander, we head into the technical portions here of Sector 3 underneath the hotel. And these two drivers giving us a wonderful battle here today. Oh my. These two duking it out. Zizin on the mediums, Offline kids on the hards. giving us a beautiful battle. Offline Kids looks to the outside of the Red Bull. Not going to make the move. Maybe tries to switch back. Nope, going to stay behind him. Look how close. Oh, my. This is going to be electric here for a few couple laps. Stamps with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Offline Kids looks to the inside. Does make the move. Stamps. No, not Stamps. So Zizin does have a full battery and able to counterattack. With battery management, but Offline Kids does have the DRS wanting to get the slipstream. Scorenzi holding off Hitch for his teammate. I see them two battling it out as well. Hitch able to make the move. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there. Scorenzi trying to hold the inside line. Oh, a little bit of contact there too between the front tires and the rear tires of Hitch and Scorenzi. But this is the battle we want to see. Zizin and Offline Kids here tonight. Zizin deciding not to make the move. Hitch defending. No move making by Scorenzi too. No counter moves by the two Red Bull drivers here. Rocking the white Japan livery. It is a beautiful Red Bull livery as I yawn through it right now because I love yapping and I love racing. And Rupsi Cola too getting inside this little fight for P3 here. Oh my, it's going to be close. I don't know who will pit first or who will try what, the undercut or the overcut. But there, Rupsi Cola will be the first to try for the undercut here tonight out of this group of 5. Mursaki there too at P6 on the mediums will overtake Rupsi Cola for P5. So rather your top 5 right now. Let's hang on through it again, Mursaki is looking for some redemption here from his race yesterday and wants to battle for this top 5. Can he catch up to him is the only question. But we've had wonderful, closely contested battles here for the top 4 positions. Offline Kids, Zizin, Hitch, and Scorenzi. 2 of these drivers battling out 4 points in the Drivers' Championship. Hitch and Offline Kids not able to secure the title this season. Want to make some noise and upset that, but Zizin may have other plans, and he makes the re-overtake for the league, the Red Bull driver. Zizin is your new leader here in Abu Dhabi. Hitch rounding off the podium position. Excuse me, Scorenzi and P4. Mursaki here too. Again, redemption is the only word on his mind tonight. I know he can do it. We all know he can do it. But can he do it? And will he do it tonight? But looks like this one's close here too, up and further in front of the grid. This battle for P1 between Offline Kids and Zizin. Those hard tires look to be screaming. But the same goes for Zizin's tires too. The 2 drivers may be looking at a possible one-stop strategy here tonight. We'll see Hitch and Scorenzi and Mursaki headed to the pits too. So it all comes down to this. Where will these 2 drivers tango tonight? Offline Kids on the inside of Zizin. Makes the move. Zizin goes wide. It goes through Offline Kids. Offline Kids will get the DRS from Zizin. Zizin, though, has a lot of battery. Right now, Rupsi Cola now comes out. The undercut successful for him, sitting himself in a P3. Right now, Zizin will not make a move heading into this second braking zone. Into the chicane, but keeping it close and tidy are the 2 drivers right now into Abu Dhabi. Zizin has the DRS. He has the battery. Will he make the move? Decides to bide his time. Both drivers maybe are on there in lap. So it'll only be a matter of time to see who comes out first. Both most likely will maintain ahead of Rupsi Cola, as he is your net late shooter right now, as these 2 drivers are the only ones that have not pitted just yet. But Rupsi Cola making the undercut looking very attractive if people are trying to go for a 2-stop strategy here in Abu Dhabi. Offline Kids decides to pit. Zizin with the fake out though decides to stay out. 2 Offline Kids will head into the pits. Most likely, we'll find out if he'll go on hards. If he goes on hards, most likely going for a 2-stop. If he goes for mediums, maybe a 1-stop. But he's got to make them last. He does go for the mediums. He has to make them last 15 laps here in Abu Dhabi. Rupsi Cola will overtake for P2. While Offline Kids comes out on track. Oh, but he goes aggressively wide. Rupsi Cola gets a 3-second time penalty. 2 offline kids comes out into P3. Hitch right behind him. Frenny though too also, but Stamso also right behind him. Scarenzi too. Stamso looks on the inside of Frenny. Frenny making that. Oh my goodness, almost 3 wide. Frenny able to maintain the lead of ahead of this for P5. Stamso and Scarenzi side by side. Are we 3 wide? We're 3 wide. Scarenzi makes the double overtake. Defending Frenny though. 2 into the chicane. Oh, contact between the Ferrari and the Williams driver there too. Leaving an opening for Enigma against the Williams driver. Enigma into P7. Frenny though too, wanting to make some noise. There goes Frenny. The Tier 3 driver side by side with the driver champion in Tier 1. Maintains the position of P5. Right now too, but offline kids coming out wanting to get as much action as we can. Here, staying close though too, is the Williams driver. Oh my goodness. Frenny though making a statement here. The Tier 3 driver wanting to reserve in this race tonight. As offline kids. Oh, and Rupsi Cola went wide for this battle for P1. Keeping a close eye on this group. Hitch is sitting pretty right now in the podium position. Right now, offline kids makes the overtake for P1 in this race. But this seems to be where all the drama is happening. Oh my goodness, there's Zizin too, side by side with his teammate Frenny. The Tier 3 driver does have a penalty though. Zizin behind the Ferrari. We don't want this POV. We want this POV as much as we can. Zizin and Frenny going side by side a little bit there too. Zizin on the inside. Now able to make the overtake tries. He gets a good exit away and gets ahead for P4. Scarenzi, his teammate. Zizin trying to defend the Ferrari. Oh my, oh, very close action to Scarenzi there too. And you see Stamso battling Enigma there too behind the Ferrari and the Red Bull of Zizin's teammate there too. Zizin gets through past the Ferrari. The Ferrari doesn't want to make it easy for him. Frenny very close too. What a wonderful move by Scarenzi there. Offline kids with the fastest man on track on the medium tires. Can he make a statement and win this race tonight with 13 laps remaining here in Abu Dhabi? Seems like stuff between this group has calmed down a little bit, but we'll keep a close eye though. But Hitch making the overtake on Rupsi Cola there in lap 16. Will Rupsi Cola fight back? I don't know. Take a look at tires just because that can come into a factor today. There's the big battle group right behind though too. Looks to be Franco and Mersaki now are joining into the big pack right behind them. Hitch looks on the inside there of Rupsi Cola. Not able to make something happen though. Will he down the straight? Rupsi Cola does have the battery though too. Beat out with a 3-second time penalty. Will we see Hitch go for? He goes for the move on the outside. Oh my goodness. Holds his line though. Rupsi Cola defending the inside. Now the outside now. Hitch. Oh my. Oh wow. Keeping the line. The 2 drivers going through the hotel. Hitch makes the move for P2. Right now. Oh my. Lovely, lovely brawls we're seeing for these podium positions. Zizin trying to claw his way back up to Rupsi Cola and get into the fight for this race. But the Ferrari of Frenny now heading into the pits. Stamso now in P6 behind Scarenzi, defending off Enigma and Mersaki. Franco, who should be in a Mercedes, for some reason in a McLaren though, catching now up. Hopefully his shifter problems have been fixed too. But here comes Zizin like a lion chasing a gazelle, eyeing up his prey. With Rupsi Cola and Hitch, he sees in the distance the Red Bull driver and the current championship leader wants to make a statement tonight. Will he do it? Only time will tell. But, oh my goodness, the race has been electric so far. To try and catch you as much action as possible. Looks like Mersaky, though, the man on a mission. Wants some redemption. Closing in a little bit on Enigma. The Aston Martin charging his battery. The V-Carb driver goes and attacks to the outside. Not able to make the move. Will he try the switchback? Maintains his line. Stamso keeping an eye on the two behind him. Mersaky not able to make a move. Maybe we'll bide his time. Charge his battery up. Maybe to strike again against the Aston Martin. Franco right behind him, though. Got to keep an eye on that. He's in vie for the championship. Still, as of right now, the championship has not been won. Enigma with a 3-second time penalty, too, as he heads into the pits right now. With 11 laps remaining here in Abu Dhabi. This has been electric. Oh, looks to be a little close there, too. Rumsikola giving the position. Zizin making the overtake on him. Rumsikola, though, has a full battery. Plenty overtaking the drivers in the pits, too. Rumsikola. Those mediums definitely look worn. Looked a little bit there onto the championship leader. Going into this second big braking zone at Yas Marina Circuit. But also Stamso here, too. Looking on Mersaky here. The Williams driver as we head into the DRS zone, though, too. But looks like Rumsikola, though. Oh, a little spin there by Rumsikola. I caught a little bit of that there, too. Here comes Scarenzi, the teammate of the championship leader. Oh, I saw that happening at the bottom right. Oh, my goodness. And you see, I saw Rumsikola spin. Oh, my. Scarenzi now on the attack with the Haas. Now, the Red Bull driver, the Haas driver, Rumsikola, will head into the pits now, too. After that spin, I would, too. Oh, my. I don't know if that was a reset on track. I didn't catch it, though, Doctor. But the stewards may have a good look at that. The contact. Wasn't able to catch the contact, but I saw they were close on track, so wanted to quickly bounce my way on over, and we caught a little bit of it. So, interesting. That was Ben Arnold, who was on board with Rumsikola. Interesting to see. I definitely would want to, Ben Arnold, if you can't clip that, maybe send that in the paddock chat just for me, because I want to be able to see it too as well. Heading into this race, I'd appreciate that, or someone DM it to me, because I would love to see that too. But the stewards may have a good look at that. Here too, Toasty, you have to earn his worth with that too, even though he sometimes allows spam messages and people check his account. Hopefully he's got his account back though. So, did you send it in the paddock chat? I don't see it. I don't see it in my DMs either on Discord. So I would love to see it though. I'm very curious to see and maybe be able to describe it to our fans here. Thank you, Ben Arnold. I appreciate that. So we can get a better description of what happened, because this is that all just happened so fast, it felt, though, too. 9 laps here remaining, too. Scarenzi there. Still in contention for the driver's title in Tier 1. His teammate, though, Zizin, in contention, and the leader of this driver's championship right now, looking and having his eyes on Hitch and catching up to him. Tonight, only time will tell what will happen between all these drivers. But Zizin wants to get in. And I believe, too, this might be, if Offline Kids wins, and there's no FIA stuff against him, this might be my first win as a Williams TP. And it will be Offline Kids' first win under the Williams leadership, or Williams car instructor. Yeah, I think that's the best way to say that. Here's our position changes to Hitch. Started back like grid, moved up 10 places. HP, or Offline Kids, 2. Zizin down 2 as he was on pole position. and looks to be possibly under threat. I saw a ping that looked to be, yes, Ben Arnold pinging. I'm going to look at it real quick and also... to Ben Arnold, looked to be just breaking. Oh, broke extremely late. It looked to be, and dove bomb into the side pod of Zizen and failed that. It was an aggressive move by him, and it cost him. It may have cost him this race. Rupsi Cola too. So very interesting to see what will happen, if it will be reported or not, but I doubt it will be, since it will only harm Rupsi Cola even more. But very interesting to see Lewis laughing in the chat too, in the paddock chat too. I probably would be doing that too. Zizen though within the DRS range of Hitch 2 with 8, almost 7 laps remaining here in Abu Dhabi in the Yas Marina circuit. To Samso, looks to be very close on Enigma. Looking a little bit too. Oh, Enigma! Enigma crashes out, loses his front wing. We caught that. Oh my, that was a good call for me to go check that out too. But looking ahead at the leaders, Zizen getting back here to the leaders too. I thought something, I had a hunch something was going to happen with those two, Enigma and Samso. I don't know if there was contact or anything at all, if that was Enigma's own doing or not, but that might be the end of his race. To the Aston Martin driver, Zizen going on the outside, makes the move on the Mercedes driver in lap 22. Here, what will Hitch do? Will Hitch respond? He has the battery. He will get DRS. He has a lot more than Hitch. Enigma did DNF'd in the pits too. Unfortunate end to the Mercedes drivers. Not the Mercedes driver, the Aston Martin drivers race. To offline kids though, 3-second gap less than now, because Zizen, as we all know, is catching up, locks it up a little bit there too, going into the chicane. Both drivers getting into underneath the beautiful, lovely Yas Marina Hotel this season. We're here in Abu Dhabi. I don't know why I said this season. That was weird. Anyway, 6 laps remaining here in Abu Dhabi. We'll see what happens here tonight. Only time will tell. So, but Zizen though looking, definitely closing the gap on offline kids. Offline kids, you're in trouble there, buddy. Like Frenny makes the overtake. He actually doesn't just make an overtake. Rupsi Cola heads into the pits there too. Probably maybe going for a fastest lap point as well. Oh, excuse me. Zizen almost within 2 seconds of the race leader of offline kids. He wants that race win, and he wants it bad. I do not know if Zizen does have side pod damage or not. I can't tell from these camera angles that we're getting from the game. Maybe here. Doesn't look like it from that angle there, because that's where it would have hit him on that side of the car. Rupsi Cola's aggressive dive bomb, I'll say the least, in my point of view. But you know, he clearly paid the price for it. So we'll see. I think that was Ben Arnold or Enigma. Someone left the session here. Offline kid's in trouble. Zizen almost 1.5 seconds away with 5 laps remaining. Can he catch this race leader and overtake for the lead of this race before time runs out? Here in the Yas Marina circuit, he's down on his time too. His pace, he's picking up the pace. Judging on his pace, Ben Arnold thinks not. Ben Arnold thinks Zizen will be able to overtake offline kids in time. So Zizen, there's haters out there. No offense, Ben Arnold. There's haters. See what you do with that as you will. We'll see what he can do. And we'll see what Flying Kids can do to defend him off. Rupsi-Cola, 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane too. So he might just be going for fastest lap times would be my guess for him. But beautiful Vegas livery is Offline Kids rocking too. Hitch, this will be a fabulous race for Hitch right now. The Mercedes driver still has not signed yet for a seat next season. Looks like we will be saying goodbye to this driver at the end of the season. He has had a wonderful run so far with the Silver Arrows. Here comes Rupsi-Cola. You see him there getting out of the pits too. He will get a blue flag as he does come out ahead of the race leaders. And he has to get out of the way. Especially because, yes, there he does. Little close there than I probably would say. The Haas driver, he still has to get out of the way of Ziesen and Hitch too. Ziesen trying to just catch the slipstream from him. HP trying to just get away as fast as he can. HP rocking a Lewis Hamilton helmet too. I respect that. Dude, Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT in my book. Stamso battling it out with Frenny there too in the back of the grid for P6. For the championship points. I don't know why Rupsi-Cola is clearly racing with Ziesen, but Ziesen looking extra close now too. He's within DRS range of Offline Kids. He's got 4 laps, almost less than, in order to do it. But those hard tires are screaming, but so are Offline Kids mediums. We saw them battle before. We're gonna see it again, folks. Here in Abu Dhabi, a track that is iconic for wonderful duels. There too, Stamso and Frenny though looking to be very close there too at the bottom of your right screen, very close. All those 2 drivers you can see on the interval 2 as well. Frenny may try and look for a move, maybe here on the inside, maybe not. Stamso does stay ahead of him though too. I'd be willing to bet money they're side by side, but Ziesen looks, goes for the switchback, goes to the outside. Now he goes to the switchback. Stamso, tries to cover him off, little contact there with the front wing. There too. I don't know why Rupsi-Cola is trying to race him. Race Ziesen there too. These 2 drivers keeping it different. Ziesen with the lock up there, that front left tire for Red Bull. I don't know if there's a way to see damage at all on track, unfortunately. Ziesen though on the outside makes the overtake, but Offline Kids makes it. Oh my God, the 2 side by side. Offline Kids maintains the lead. Rupsi-Cola, who has been lapped by the 2, is eyeing them. I don't know what he's doing or what he's thinking with that. To make it effect, Hitch happy and content with these 2 duking it out. Here, solid, happy with the performance of a P3. You see, look how close they are too from the bird's eye view. Here today as we headed to lap 27 of 29. Here in Abu Dhabi, Offline Kids defending Ziesen off as best as he can. Here tonight, we got an entertaining finish here tonight, folks. 2 laps remain in Abu Dhabi. Lap 27. These 2 drivers have battled out before earlier in this race. Both have similar batteries. Will we see Ziesen make a move here? HP goes wide. Through goes Ziesen. Rupsi-Cola will have to cede the position to him, but Offline Kids gets the slipstream, goes on the inside, makes the move. Once again, re-overtakes for the lead. Heading into the chicane, Rupsi-Cola, what is he doing? Trying to make an overtake on Ziesen off the track. Oh my. What is going on? Rupsi wants to unlap himself. That's what's going on. Probably. But, oh my goodness. Maybe he's just trying to get some screen time now. I don't know. After what's going on. I don't know. Oh my goodness. The stewards may have something to look at there. To Hitch gets through. maybe to insert himself with this battle for the race lead. But here we go into lap 28. Ziza and Offline Kids giving us a battle for the ages, and I'm absolutely loving it here tonight. I hope you guys are too, watching us for the Intrepid Racing League's Tier 1 race tonight. Oh my. Rupsi-Cola with another 3-second time penalty too. That penalty is the last thing these top three need. Hitch maybe buying his time. Maybe wants to slip in for a Mercedes win tonight. Obviously for me, I want Offline Kids to win. Hang in there, buddy, too. But oh my goodness, this race has been so entertaining. Oh my. Just into it. Ziza goes on the inside. On the attack, makes the overtake too. But the two drivers are side by side. Offline Kids has the inside line. Makes the overtake too for P1. There goes Hitch too. 3 wide. Oh my goodness, Ziza is the lead of this race. Hitch interlocking himself, making the overtake on. Oh my! 3 wide, get a little contact there. Hitch with a 3-second time penalty. Ziza is now the leader of this race. Oh my, Hitch! He still will take P3, even with the 3-second time penalty, but he still has the podium position. Ziza now wants to try and get away from Offline Kids to prevent himself too. Will also go to tires too. Offline Kids on the older medium tires too. Ziza on the faster, harder tires right now as we head into the final lap here in Abu Dhabi. Offline Kids wants to defend off against Hitch. This is Ziza's race to lose. If he doesn't mess up, he has a strong chance of winning the title himself. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what the stewards think though too. Here tonight, Ziza with the double lock up there too, heading into the first heavy braking zone. 2 wanting to get away. Offline Kids wants to defend as much as possible against Hitch, though. Hitch does have the DRS and will make the overtake on the final lap on the Williams there too. Rupsi-Cola just wants some screen time too and try and unlap himself too. Oh, little lock up there, little rear lock up there by Hitch. Heading into the chicane. This will leave Offline Kids to get, oh my goodness, that front right medium tire. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what. Rupsi-Cola just wants to get some screen time. There's your screen time, Rupsi-Cola, for you to give you some little screen time here and there. But here's your podium sitters right now. But this man started on pole position, the championship leader, rounds underneath the Yas Marina Hotel in Abu Dhabi. Gave us wonderful battles, some things the stewards may look at. But here he comes around the final corner. Ziza will win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hitch will finish P3. Offline Kids P2. Rupsi-Cola with a 10-second time penalty for an unserved penalty. Strorenzi comes around 2. Will slide himself into P4. Mersaki. Oh, spins, but still crosses the line in P5. Interesting move by him. Here comes the rest of the grid. Stamso finishing. They all have penalties, though. So how far will they drop? Stamso will finish P6. Frenny P7. B-Dot P8. And here comes Franco. And the lone McLaren finishes in P9. But oh my gosh. What a race we've had here tonight in Abu Dhabi. Oh my goodness. That was electric. Did he have a puncture? Oh my gosh. I'll take the podium though too. You wanted to see the lovely podium celebrations. Ziza and Offline Kids and Hitch there on the beautiful podium tonight. Red Bull is happy with that. And Red Bull may have concluded the drivers. I don't know. Or constructors. I don't know. He left the session. There's the wonderful, beautiful podium celebrations we see there tonight here in Abu Dhabi. So the Discord, I don't know if you can hear my laptop going crazy though too. Race winner Ziza, fastest lap driver of the day. Most overtakes goes to Hitch. There too. Ziza and Offline Kids and Hitch will be your top 3 finishers here too. I'm also going to get the race director information for our wonderful admin and stewards team too. I want to make sure I got all of that too. I may have stopped beforehand. before this. And here's our pit stops. Here there too, but Scrinzy, Mursaki round out your top 5. Stamso, Freddy, B-Dots, Franco, your top 10. And the rest of them, it is Rupsi Cola, Enigma, and Ben Arnold. Finish out your grids. But I have been your host and commentator, Shiesty 951. We'll see you next week as we head to Coda for our 10th race of the season. But we'll see you Tuesday night for Tier 3 and Tier 4 in Coda. Have a wonderful evening, folks.